Hey guys, welcome back to Reverse 1999. In today's video, we're going to be going through everything that you need to know from 1.1. Now, massive shout out to Lyriel and the team over at Pridewind for putting up together translations for this one based on what happened in the CN version. So keep that in mind. If there are any changes to global, I will let you guys know. But this is going to be a roundabout of what is actually happening in 1.1, all the different events. Now, for all the events, we will do more guides when they do drop, but you'll get a look at the events and all the stuff that we can expect and a fair bit of the stuff out of the first event, which is actually fantastic. Also, apologies, no face cam in this one. I am away on holidays for the weekend with the family, so I'm sitting in the shed recording this with my laptop and a mic. So if the audio isn't perfect or you hear some background noise with the dog and kids, I do apologize, but let's get into it. So first of all, at the top of this post, you can see the shoutouts and the disclaimer about the CN version. We scroll down and we go through the first event, which is the Theft of the Rimmet Cup. Now, this is like the first big event that we've had in the game. We've still got the tiny one ongoing in the global version, but this is going to be our first major event, and holy cow, the rewards are insane. Now, we've got some date information, description of the actual event and what's going on, but I love the way they're doing these events inspired by real-world events, but put their own twist on it. I still have not yet spent the time to go through the whole story and replay through it. I will get there eventually, but, I'm just pathetic. Every time I start an account, I just want to grind it through. So I do really appreciate the fact that they do these cool stories, and I am looking forward to getting into that a bit more. So as we move on past that, the main event content. So the event consists of 16 stages, of which 3, 6, 15, and 16 are pure plot, kind of like we have in the normal campaign, while the remaining ones are combat levels. The story difficulty can be passed with characters of Insight 1 level 30. Now, I believe that is going to be the recommendation, and as you guys know, as you play through the game, you can do it with lower than the recommended, but Insight 1 level 30, pretty easy for most players in their first few days to get. Meanwhile, the Arduous difficulty recommends a minimum level of I2 level 20. Once again, not too hard to achieve, plus I reckon you'll be able to do it with lower investment to fully clear. And finally, we have the Crisis mode, which asks for I2 level 40. By clearing all main story stages, the player can obtain a total of 1320 clear drops. Not too bad, a little bit under a 10 pull. Happy days. This event highly favors beast, plant, and as well as mental damage characters, being a good moment for them to shine. If you don't have, basically it's saying that's what it favors, but if you don't have them, you'll still get through it. Don't stress. I don't think it's going to be like the end of the world if you don't have them. So if you have them, you get a chance to have some fun. So let's move on. Obviously, all these events, they're going to go through and they're going to, support the new character that comes with the event. This is just a table that gives us a bit of a summary of what's coming in the stages and what rewards you get. Now, keep in mind the puppy coins that you see over there are going to be relevant for when we look at the exchange, which we'll get to in a sec. Now, Crisis mode, let's talk about this one. This is like more the harder stage modes. So Crisis mode is unlocked after completing stage 16 of the story mode. It costs no activity to play, nor awards any puppy coins. However, the first clear of each stage rewards the player with 60 clear drops. So, it's one of those ones, I really like these types of things where it's like a challenge. And it does give rewards, but the rewards aren't game breaking for those that can't do it. I always appreciate these types of events in games. It is the equivalent of the hard mode of the main story, with each stage having a specific environment of its own that can give advantages and disadvantages to enemies and allies alike. Below, you can check all the stages. Once again, I'm not going to go too deep into reading all of this stuff. I don't think it's quite appropriate at this stage. I will come back once again when the event does drop in the game and do a full event guide. But this is just more of a theoretical what we should be getting based on the CN version. So the event shop is where players can exchange puppy coins for assorted rewards. Available items include a 6-star Psy Cube. So we do have the new exclusive 6-star Psy Cube, which is going to be a really solid one for single target damage dealers, really in general. We will go through that a little bit later, but we do have that plus a bunch of resources. I'm not going to read through all of that, but the shop requires 67,635 puppy coins to be fully cleared without buying wilderness set pieces, because there will be wilderness pieces in there as well, and a total of 80,535 puppy coins if wilderness set pieces are included. Which honestly, it's not too bad of an increase, but obviously the wilderness pieces, it's up to you whether you like that kind of thing. The first clear of all stages, basically they go through here and it takes 3. I'm going to just summarize this basic because I will go through all this stuff more in depth in the actual event guide once it drops on global. But it takes 3,392 activity to gain enough currency to exchange all the props in the store if ignoring wilderness pieces. So that is a lot of stamina that you got to burn. Based on the way they're going with all the daily stamina that they're giving us in the mail and stuff like that, I would assume that they will allow for players to get enough stamina to complete this even as free to play. It just feels like the way the game is going. But obviously you can start saving now your stamina refills. But in general, I feel like at least you'll get the core ones that you need. So when we take a look at this shop here, you can see, and this is this Sian or is this Korean? Sorry, I'm not bad with just eyeing off, but I believe this is a Korean text. I'm not sure exactly where they got this image from, but these are going to be the shop items. And the one on the top left, you can see that's going to be the new exclusive, the new Psycube that we get, which is fantastic. Then we get some summons, and then we get the big one for me is these insight materials, because those ones, if you've tried farming them, especially like the snake here, like that stuff is so tedious to farm and takes so long. But then we even get decent other materials as well. So honestly, all the materials in the shop are going to be fantastic. But down here, probably wouldn't have put like their little suggested things in priority. Basically, the high priority is going to be the 6-star Psycube. Obviously, that's going to be a fantastic one. The high tier materials, which is those ones like the snake thing, followed by the book and the candles. Those are going to be the next ones. And then you sort of work your way through it. But that's essentially like a TLDR of it. You can once again come to this and look at it if you want to get more in-depth beforehand. Once again, I'm kind of waiting for it to come onto global, and then we'll take a look at it more in depth on that side. But let's go through the rest of what's happening in 1.1. We got side content. On top of the main event discussed above, patch 1.1 will feature a lot of smaller events that all come with their own rewards. Here is a list of those events. So we've got the Thief of the Thieves. So this is going to be another, when we say like a mini event, I feel like these are just going to be like a much smaller, kind of like the one we've got ongoing now. But I'm not going to go through these ones in depth. Just know that we do have a bunch of extra little events coming on. I'm really excited about the puppy and the hippie. Dude, I love Pickles. He's so cool. And I didn't realize that Pickles was named after the dog from the real world event of the cup getting stolen, the dog that found the cup. I think that is super cool. I think it's really interesting the way they've incorporated all that stuff. But basically, there's a bunch of little events coming as well as our main event. But then we have the UTTU Challenge. So this is going to be like a new endgame mode. So let's go ahead and read their summary of it. And this is coming out on the November 23rd till December 7th. So UTTU Challenge is a brand new game mode and the second endgame mode added to Reverse 1999. The first being Limbo. Much like Limbo, UTTU is a seasonal challenge with rules, enemies, and gimmicks that change in each iteration. There are a total of 20 regular stages, chapters, plus 10 special week stages for those looking for an extra challenge. So basically, it's going to be another like... And I really like this when we have these seasonal endgame modes, which is going to be fantastic. Once again, I'm not going to go too in-depth into this, but just know there is that other endgame mode, because for those looking at Limbo thinking, dude, like, I think a lot of people now are getting stuck at stage 5 of Limbo, so you only got 2 stages of Limbo left, and you're like a week into the game. You're like, wow, is this all my end game? There is another end game coming. I will cover this more once it does drop, but just know that it is coming and it will have some nice rewards as well. Then we've obviously got the new banners coming as well, so that's going to be nice. We've got Melania's banner as well with the balloon party in there, which isn't too bad. I will do a whole video talking about Melania when I get home in the next sort of 24 hours or so. I will get that one out for you guys as well. Then we got Pickles, who is obviously one I'm going for on my ult, because Pickles is just too damn cute. We do have the new skins. So we got the new skins coming that we did see. We've got the regular skin, and we've got the Centurion skin coming, as well as we've got the Apple skin, which is just too much. But we'll go through those. I might go through like all the skins that we know are coming in a video one time, so you guys can get prepped for all the skins that we do have coming. And then obviously we mentioned we've got the new new Wilderness theme pack coming. So that is that one as well. I don't think you're going to need to exchange these. I think the things you'll want in the Wilderness are going to be buildings, if they have buildings. As for land plots, I don't think they're going to matter as much. I will update you guys. This is just me speaking off the top of my head, because obviously buildings are going to increase your vigor over there, whereas land plots, you've only got a limited amount of land plots. But I'm not too sure. I'll have to do a deep dive onto vigor and how it actually calculates on whether it's worth picking up these things, but they will be a thing in there as well. And I think if I can get my mouse to work, that is it. Okay, that is it. That is everything that we can expect. A bit of a summary of 1.1. Bunch of events. We've got the new banners and everything coming. So let me know what you guys are most excited about. For me, it's the UTTU challenge. Obviously, the resources from the big event is going to be fantastic, but the UTTU challenge is something I'm looking forward to testing out, as well as pulling it for Pickles when he comes. But anyway, guys, that is going to be for this one. Hopefully, the audio was okay. Apologies. I will be home in the next 24 hours, and then I'll start recording content from home. But thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.